With me now is Arlie. And Arlie, you are from the state of Washington. You're a cattle rancher. Give us a little background story and tell us about yourself.
So I raise registered Black Wagyu breeding stock with my parents and my husband in Eastern Washington. We specialize in breeding stock, so breeding stock, males and females, semen and embryos, and then we have a small Wagyu beef direct-to-consumer program as well.
Wow, tell us a little bit more about that and how that came about with your guys' program.
About the meat specifically?
Yes.
So direct-to-consumer really, we've always sold halves and full carcasses to friends and family, but really during COVID, that's when we saw an increased demand outside our genetics of people just asking to buy beef directly. And so we quickly decided that we would sell beef boxes, and we've just been selling them locally. We don't ship, but we found and developed a local presence in Eastern Washington that works out well.
That's really neat. You know, I think obviously during COVID, that's something that I've discussed with other FarmHers or ranchers. You know, it kind of changed the scope on the industry, whether people really wanted to know where their beef came from or they wanted to know more about agriculture and ranching and livestock production, you name it. Kind of take us back a little bit and tell us, you know, your first realization of, man, I really love this industry and I want to play a role in it.
So I've grown up in this industry, the Wagyu specifically, and my parents' passion for the cattle and the land really was what showed me what it was all about. And so growing up as a child on the ranch was such a privilege that from an early age I was having to have the responsibility of taking care of animals and the land and my family. And so it started early on, but when I got into my college years, I went to the big cities. I lived in Seattle, San Francisco, Boston. I went abroad. And that's where I really realized that the gap between producer and consumer was too big for me to be comfortable with. That really drew me back home and kind of had my path laid out for me is this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, but I want to have an advocacy component to it to bring people closer to agriculture.
Touch on that a little bit more about being a female in this industry and using your voice to bridge that gap from city to country.
I think being a female in this industry is a little bit unique, but there's a lot of really strong women in this industry, as we know. I think being younger and adaptable to technologies has allowed us to bring in more technology into our ranch and farm, and taking what the world is given us with the technology. It's just really enjoyable to communicate with people and share our story, and getting that feedback that people appreciate learning about our ranch and having that transparency into it is just very fulfilling.
While sharing your story, whether it's with me up here today or over social media or a conversation in an airport or a grocery store, you name it, what's one thing you want people to take away from being a cattle rancher, from being in this industry, from being a steward of the land?
I want people to know how much we care. I want people to know that every day we wake up and we do what we do because we love the animals, love our family. We love the ecosystem that we're building for our family and our land, but the relationship we have with consumers, and it's developing, it's blossoming, it's growing, we're coming together more. We're all one family here, and so I want people to know how much we care, and just that we love what we do, and we invite those who know us or even don't know us on social media, get in touch with us, get in touch with your local ranchers. Build those relationships, go visit them. We want you to come visit us. We want you to see what we do, not just online, but in person as well.
Well, I think that's awesome. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us today and playing the role that you do in this industry. It's greatly appreciated and it's needed. Again, I love when strong young females use their voices for the betterment and especially advocating for our industry. So thank you so much.
Thank you.